I see all the art on their walls. I see all these things, and that's fine. I have money and I've spent it on things too.
Kody and my money has always been separate up until Christine and Janelle chose and asked to be out of the family financially. I used to be not so great with money when I was young. I had hard knocks. And then I learned during my divorce really how to budget myself very, very well. You just must have had a different priority.
Hey friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It is Tuesday, February 11th, 2025. Do you remember earlier in Sister Wives this season when Janelle was talking with Maddie in the car? That clip you just saw in the very beginning of this episode? And they were discussing the money and how Kody said that he didn't have the money to pay them back and she wanted to pay off Coyote Pass. This was spring of 2023. And Kody said that he didn't have the money and they were going to try to figure out how to come up with the money. Well, then they finally convince Meri to give the money, but Robyn made a comment and said that when she was younger, she was hard knocks and she didn't do well with money, but she has since learned how to budget and she's a really good budgeter now. And that the reason why Janelle can't pay things off is because her priority aren't the same as Robyn's priorities. It's very easy to say this when Robyn's priorities are funded by a joint family account. And that joint family account was the money made on Sister Wives, along with sales that Kody made at shows, selling metal objects. I'm not going to say the word because YouTube hates it, but you guys know the kind of work that he does. Robyn has not had a job since My Sister Wives Closet closed, and her only job is working on the show. She does work on Sister Wives minimally in comparison to some of the others, but she still has that as her employment. And Robyn and Kody have been really, really resistant to paying off Janelle and Meri. Kody's also being sued in Utah for child support. And his daughter, Truly, is 14 years old and will be 15 in April. In the entirety of Truly's life, Kody has not paid for child support. He has not carried health insurance for her. He has not been on her birth certificate. He has not provided adequate housing for her. When Christine and Kody met up, he didn't even have space for Truly at their house, which Christine thought was wild because the house they had at the time had 5 bedrooms. Theoretically, they could have made space for her. If you want to have joint custody, you have to have a room for the kid. It's a requirement. And if you don't have a separate bed for them, they can share a room, by the way. She could share a room with Ariella or whoever, but they have to have a separate bed for her, nobody else. And if you don't do that, you can't do joint custody, which he should know. But he didn't pay child support. He also didn't pay for Isabel's surgery. Christine's daughter, Truly, when she was in the ICU with her kidney infection, Christine didn't have health insurance. The family didn't carry health insurance. Kody and Robyn, very likely still to this day, don't carry health insurance. Anytime there are accidents for Kody, Robyn, or the kids, it's like this whole big thing. Kody may carry health insurance today, but I don't know. He never has in the past. Never. TLC does not offer health insurance. They're considered a contractor and they are not an employee of the company. If Kody and Robyn have insurance, they have to get it through the open market, which most self-employed people do. I have it. I pay for it because I'm not going to be uninsured and my kid isn't going to be uninsured. But Kody and Robyn don't want to spend money on health insurance. Instead, they want to spend it frivolously. And as Kody's getting sued by Christine for child support, parenting time, child support arrears going back 4 years, and parent time and custody and paternity for Truly, you would think that Kody and Robyn would curtail their spending and they would try to rein things in. There's also this ongoing dispute currently with Coyote Pass, and the property has still not been sold. The property is not on the market, and the property is still deeded the exact same way, with Kody and Robyn on 2 parcels and Meri, Janelle, and Kody on 1, and then Kody and Janelle on another. Robyn had a hard time saying goodbye to these ladies, and when you look at what she was doing with the money, you now understand, okay? So, I'm setting the stage here so that you understand that when the family fell apart and Meri and Janelle left, it was 2022 into the beginning of 2023 when everything dissolves. What we saw leading up to the show was the end of 2023 with Janelle leaving, or early 2024. Once Janelle left the family and Meri moved away, Robyn went bananas, and was spiraling out of control in her spending. One would think that when you lose a huge source of income and revenue from the other wives that you've been stealing from, you would stop spending the way that you're spending. But I think Robyn's shopping addiction is out of control. So yesterday I shared with you what she was spending the money on. Doll clothes and dolls for her American Girl dolls and Barbie dolls and such. And for a long time, we didn't know who's like with the dolls. Is it Robyn with the dolls? I shared with you some of her reviews. I shared photographs of what the dolls were that she was purchasing. I told you about all of these different custom dolls that she was buying. I told you that there had been $61,000 plus in what I had added up that day. So today, I'm just going to give you the numbers from 2024 into this year. From January 1st of 2024 till February 11th of 2025, how much she has spent on dolls and doll clothing. It will knock your socks off. You know those teacups that Robyn had lining her yard at the old house? And people were like, oh, she has teacups along her yard, along her walkway. She did buy those. She bought those on Etsy. Did you know those teacups, each one of them cost anywhere between $62 and $72 for a porcelain teacup on a post? Robyn frequents a lot of different shops. So there's a lot of theories right now that this is just one shop owner that she knows she's not really buying it, but she's not. She's buying from people all across the country, outside of the country, Canada. There's one shop that's in Poland. She's buying from everywhere. She doesn't know these people and she's not getting paid to leave these reviews. I noticed that she left a comment that should give you sort of an indication of her mindset. She wrote, I love this art and it is so empowering. I'm putting it all over my house and giving it to my kids to inspire them. It's shipped well and made well. Thank you for making things that help me keep my head and spirit up. And it was just like a painting, just a painting. So that was in 2023, in August of 2023. In 2024, she left a comment on one shop owner's page and said that she had a hard time with this shop because everything in this shop is so tempting. It's a temptation for her to buy. Online shopping and addiction is actually a real thing. And I didn't even realize this, but we'll talk about that in a second. But Robyn is obviously, in my opinion, using shopping as a method to cope with something that's happening in her life. The shopping is compulsive. She's shopping for things that she doesn't need, and she's spending money on things that are frivolous, insignificant, and worthless because she'll never be able to resell this stuff. They're not investments. It's just fulfilling a need in her to shop. So, according to addictioncenter.com, people that are addicted to shopping, it's basically compulsive buying, and it's a behavioral addiction with an excessive overwhelming desire to make purchases that ultimately lead to negative repercussions. They can substantially harm a person's life, including relationships and financial well-being. They often experience feelings of excitement or pleasure while shopping. These feelings can temporarily relieve feelings of stress, anxiety, or boredom. The alleviation of these feelings is what creates the addiction. However, the relief from these feelings that shopping provides is brief. After making impulsive purchases, the person may soon feel guilt, regret, or shame. Regardless of the adverse consequences, such as financial strain, relationship issues, or emotional distress, The addictive behavior of compulsive buying persists. So it's fair to say that Robyn has suffered negative repercussions because her first marriage ended due to excessive spending and leaving her ex in a lot of debt. She has put a lot of financial strain on the Brown family. She continues to shop despite the fact that they owe a lot of money. Her relationships with the other sister wives have been strained, and with the other children have been strained because of her spending. And it's effectively, in many ways, one of the reasons the family is destroyed. I know on the show they blame all these other reasons, but the shopping addiction was a huge issue that left the family completely torn apart. So, Robyn is someone that grew up in the AUB. Baby dolls are not a huge thing in the AUB. I've never spoken to anyone that's from this world that is obsessed with American Girls. In fact, most people that grow up in this cult are very poor. Having an American Girl would be considered a luxury. Having anything new would be considered a luxury. A lot of the kids wear hand-me-downs. They shop at thrift stores. So, it can be a byproduct of her, obviously, growing up poor, but the fact that she's compulsively shopping and she's spending all of this money and the shopping got worse after they left. Yeah. So, one thing I've noticed that she does is she lies about the money that she spends, and she makes people feel like she's a better budgeter. She acts like she gets money from a grocery fund for things. She saves her money. She shames the other women when they're complaining about her owing them money. And a lot of times people that have shopping addictions will lie and will have financial issues related to shopping. So individuals with an addiction to shopping may continue to shop even if they're in debt, cannot pay their bills, or have other financial issues. For example, someone addicted to shopping will continue to max out their credit cards even though they cannot pay for them. They'll lie or hide their purchases. Why doesn't Robyn show anyone in the house? Probably because of the shopping. There's often legal issues. So it says once an individual has used up all of their resources due to a shopping addiction, they may want to shoplift or attempt to open credit cards in family members' names just to get funds to shop. So this was what happened with her ex. They gave her a bunch of money to pay off the debt, and instead of paying off the debt, what did she do? She went and shopped. People can get treatment for this behavioral disorder, and a lot of times there's apparently other comorbids that can go along with it. A lot of it could be OCD, anxiety, but she'd have to see a mental health provider for this. But I hate the fact that on the show they dance around this and they don't actually address it, because I think for a lot of reasons. I mean, if they addressed it, Robyn would have to face the fact that this is what she's done, not only to the Browns, but to Preston's family. And she didn't get help. She didn't go to therapy. She didn't get on mental health medications. She didn't get cognitive behavioral therapy. She didn't join any support group. She didn't get treatment. And unless she gets treatment and gets professional help, she won't get better. Because she's not dealing with the issues. So when I say that her shopping got out of control, yesterday I told you about how I totaled up about $61,000. I wanted to just look at what has she done since 2024? How much money has this woman spent? And has the spending got more extensive despite the fact that she has less revenue coming in, less income from the show? Well, we know that all of the ladies left. Janelle moved early 2023. And that's really when her shopping started hitting peak levels. In the span of a year, she spent, and this was just on literally the dolls, not on clothing, not on any other shopping that she does other places. Mind you, this is only Etsy. This is not eBay. This is not any other marketplaces where you can buy clothing or buy stuff online. Amazon. This is not Amazon. This is just Etsy. In 1 year, she had 264 purchases. 264 purchases. Her largest purchase were these custom-made dolls that were $695. She bought 5 custom-made dolls at $695, and another custom-made doll at $649, and a custom-made doll at $595. So she bought 7 custom-made dolls. Do you think she needs 7 custom-made dolls? Probably not. She spent $35,000 in 1 year. 1 year. The total is $35,212 in 263 transactions. $35,000, it's around $133 per transaction if you divide them, but she's buying stuff she didn't need. The hoarding issue has long been known, and I know it isn't surprising to people that she's shopping compulsively when you saw photos of boxes and boxes in her basement. And when they sold the house, they had this garage, and all that was in the garage was boxes of stuff. There's no place for her to have all of these clothes. There's no place and there's no need to have this many dolls. She's not enjoying them. She might have a couple of them out, but it's highly unlikely that they're all out. But she claims that she's playing with them and she dresses them and she uses them, and she refers to these as her dolls, not Ariella's dolls, her dolls. She gets excited when she finds companions for her females. Like she had an Ariel from Little Mermaid and she found Eric, Prince Eric. And she was super excited when she found him and was like, "Oh, my Ariel will finally have a boyfriend." It's obvious that she's out of control here. $35,000 in 1 year. To put this into perspective, the median household income in Arizona is $69,000 to $74,000, and so $74,000 in 2022. According to the median income in the state of Arizona for women, the annual income in 2022 that a woman made was $30,963 a year. She spent $35,000 on dolls and doll clothes alone. She spent more money a year on doll clothes and dolls than the average woman in the state of Arizona makes in an entire year. She spent $35,000 on dolls and doll clothes, while Kody didn't pay child support for Truly, and while she and Kody owed Janelle and Meri hundreds of thousands of dollars. Generally, when you have a spending problem or an addiction, you do everything in your power to put off repayment. So she can't pay back Janelle and Meri. And so what is she saying on the show? Well, we don't owe her any money. She lies. She deflects. She accuses Janelle of having a spending problem. She accuses Janelle of not budgeting correctly. She accuses Janelle of lying that she stole money. She accuses Janelle of not thinking that the amount of money that she has is fair. She thinks it's fair. I'll never forget when one of Preston's friends reached out to me. It was the end of 2022, and he said to me that Robyn's shopping is so compulsive and so out of control that it's like she just needs a fix no matter what. And she will do anything to shop, and she will destroy every relationship to shop. And I said, like, does she love Kody? Does she want to do the show? And they said, Robyn doesn't like anything more than shopping. That's what he said. He said, Robyn doesn't want fame, but the fame and the show are a means to fulfill her shopping addiction. Marrying Kody and going on a reality show was a means for her to get her shopping addiction and that need met. It was like that's all she's driven by. That's all she's driven by. That's all she thinks about. She spends a lot of time alone. And when you're online and you're just on Etsy, you can probably rack up thousands of dollars in a single click. She wasn't shopping as much in 2022, according to the Etsy reviews, as she did in 2024 and now. I mean, just this year alone, in 2025, since the beginning of this year, she has already spent $7,935.85. Just this year. It's February 11th. And she has spent $8,000 on dolls and doll clothes. $35,000 in the last year. And Kody is getting sued by Christine and facing legal threats by Janelle and Meri. And you would think she would stop shopping, right? You'd be like, why would she not stop shopping? So I wanted to look at how much has she spent since Christine filed her lawsuit. Christine filed the lawsuit, and it was late August, early September. So I wanted to see how much has she spent since then. $17,055 since August. That's 6 months ago. She's on track again to spending $35,000 this year on shopping. She can't sustain that. They can't sustain this kind of shopping, and you're going to run out of room. They just bought a home for $2 million and they have an $11,000 a month payment. They got $1 million in equity out of the sale of their other home. Do you bet that they gave any money to Janelle or Meri? No. Do you bet that that money is being shopped away right now? Yes. When you're a compulsive shopper, you don't save money. So whenever Robyn is crying about the women, it's about money. Whenever she's wanting Janelle back, it's because she wants Janelle's money. When she talks about wanting Meri there, she wants Meri's money. And if she's addicted to shopping, she probably has no good relationships with anyone. But it's, Kody enables this because he likes the finer things in life and he thinks it keeps her happy. But a couple days ago, someone did a video and they showed pictures of Kody at Costco buying American Girls dolls. I want to be clear that picture's 2 years ago. From 2 years ago, Kody was in Utah. He was visiting McKelty and Avalon and Truly, and he was doing some shopping for Christmas. So that picture isn't recent. It's from a couple years ago, but he still was buying American Girl dolls. Avalon maybe is into American Girl dolls. I don't know. Maybe Truly was. I don't know. But that picture is old. But yes, American Girls are the thing. But Robyn's buying the American Girl dolls on Etsy, not at Costco. So her spiraling, you wonder if she'll leave Kody. I think she'll stay with Kody as long as he can sustain and enable her shopping addiction. But if he can't and the money dries up, she's going to go somewhere else because she made Preston nearly bankrupt. She will end up bankrupting Kody, and these women will never see a dime from them. Kody and Robyn will have to declare bankruptcy before anyone else gets paid because she's already spent the money. Who has $8,000 to spend on just doll clothes? And that's just that one purchase. It doesn't include any shopping anywhere else. It doesn't include their $11,000 a month payment that they're paying for their mortgage. It doesn't include their taxes. It doesn't include the tuition for their daughter's college. It doesn't include transportation. It doesn't include clothing, food for the kids, regular life utilities, cell phones, normal stuff that you need to survive. That's just on doll clothes that are going to sit in a basement. She is out of control. And someone asked, will I be sending this to Janelle, Meri, or Christine? I'm pretty confident they know what's going on with her. They're just not saying it, but they all have me blocked. And if they want to do the research, they can look on Etsy. You can forward them this video, but I doubt they care to hear from me. I've been blocked for years because I'm anti-polygamy and I'm unsafe. But Robyn is out of control and spiraling and throwing away money while her husband is facing legal consequences, which is proof to me that this is an out of control problem. And she destroyed the family with her spending. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed and click the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.